A day and age where a sub £150 phone can get you a full HD screen, a metal body and a camera that supports manual controls? Shut the front door. Oh yeah, it's here. This is our Honor 5C review. It's going to be a goodie, so stay tuned. But before we jump into it, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, sub. It's how you're going to stay on top of everything that we do here at Btekt. First up, the Honor 5C looks fantastic thanks to a brushed metal plate on the back. Silver plastic framing and a curved bod ensures it catches the light and also sits well in the hand. Turn it around and it's a little bit less sexy. Big bezels, fingerprint loving glass, and if you want to be really fussy, seams where the plastic elements are molded together. Sure, head on it's no supermodel, but the Honor 5C still punches way above its weight design-wise for a phone that costs what it does. It charges using a micro USB port, has one bottom firing speaker, power and volume buttons to the right, while on the left side's a slot which houses a nano SIM card and a micro SD card. As for the screen, full HD resolution, 5.2 inches IPS technology and 424 pixels per inch. Like I said, for the price, pow. In reality, everything's spot on in terms of color accuracy and packs awesome viewing angles. It isn't the most superficial screen, so none of that gapless technology you see in higher end smartphones, and in turn outdoor viewing could be a little bit better. But irrespective, the screen scores a solid 7 out of 10. Running Android 6 with Emotion UI 4.1 under the surface, you get a similar experience to what you get on Huawei's flagship P9, Emotion UI in its latest guise. This is good and bad depending on how much of an Android purist you are. It adds some nice elements such as a universal search function and a hidden apps menu, so you can keep things like dating apps tucked away if you so choose. No apps tray means anyone coming from an iPhone should be relatively familiar with it. That's the main difference between iOS and Android superficially. It's also got a really heavily customized quick toggle and notifications bar. Now, those 2 points I'm personally not mad on. Give me an apps tray and a stock notification tray any day of the week. That said, what you do get is a really smooth experience for the price and a lot of customizability. You can throw themes on there and you can even do things like customize your transitions of your home screens. The camera's also really good. 13 megapixels with an f2 lens. On top of that, the software on it is spot on. Full manual control support and things like light painting that you see on the Huawei P9 and more high-end phones. In good light, image quality is astoundingly good. I mean it, look at the detail in these macro shots. Indoors in plain automatic, it also holds up relatively well, though low light is a low point in auto, until you flick on the flash or full manual mode. Pair the 5C with a mobile tripod like the Pixie Evo 2 that I reviewed, and you can have up to an 8-second exposure. Virtually pitch black conditions can turn into a relatively well lit shot. Amazing. Pair that with a host of other shooting modes on board and you really do get a flagship type experience for not that much money when you think about it. Video is actually almost as good with manual focus, manual ISO, etc. But unfortunately crumbles more readily in bad lighting given the fact you can't change the shutter speed. And if you could, it wouldn't really work as well. Still, good light footage looks incredible and there's really aggressive digital image stabilization if you want to flick it on, which keeps everything nice and still. As for the selfie camera, 8 megapixel resolution. If you like the idea of beautifying yourself to the nines, this will be perfect. Even though there's an f2 lens on here, in low light it does crumble a little bit unsurprisingly. This doesn't have image stabilization, it doesn't have autofocus on the front camera. So you're just gonna have to make do with mediocre front pictures and amazing rear pictures if you can get this thing on a tripod. Android means all the apps. Multimedia is therefore a dream on this thing, and the 5.2 inch screen looks the business. Sadly, the mono speaker on the 5C's undercarriage is way too easy to cover up. Now you hear it, now you don't. It really is that bad, unfortunately, though you can get headphones. Headphones are your friend, and so too is an SD card. There's 16 gigabytes of onboard memory on here, and if you're anything like me, you're gonna fill it up in a pretty short space of time. Also, when it comes to gaming, games can't be installed onto that SD card, so if you're big into gaming and you like things like Final Fantasy, like Nova 3, which are over a gigabyte each, you'll likely only get 2 or 3 of those games, so you may want to consider a larger device as your first option. If 16 gigabytes does suffice, then you'll pretty much be able to play back anything that you throw at it. The Kirin 650 in here, paired with that 2 gig of RAM, plowed through everything around 40,000 on Antutu. Sure, it's not mind-blowing, so you, like I said, will drop some frames, but it's the same internals as a much higher end Huawei P9 Lite. It's also worth noting that this does support Pokemon Go, but due to sensor limitations on here, it doesn't support AR mode and it doesn't support Google Cardboard for any VR enthusiasts out there. In spite of this, the connection set is good with 4G, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth and NFC on board. There's no USB-C or IR blaster, though at this price that's not really a surprise. The UK version of the Honor 5C also has no fingerprint scanner, and that makes me a sad panda. I love fingerprint scanners. But we're ending on a high when it comes to battery. 3000 milliamps, the same as in a lot of flagships today, and it will last you a full day. Unfortunately, no official quick charge supported thanks to that Kirin 650 processor, but it doesn't take too long. Ultimately, for £149, you can't fail to be impressed. So in a world of Lumia 650s, Vodafone Smart Ultra 7s and Honor 5Xs, the Honor 5C definitely holds its own. I'd say a solid 8 out of 10, given the great design, really good battery and amazing camera, especially all that fantastical software inside. What do you think? Do you think the Honor 5C deserves a silver award we've given it, or do you think that lack of fingerprint scanner, which was my personal biggest gripe, holds it back? Let us know in the comments section below. Like this video, click like, and if you like the channel, subscribe. It's how you will stay on top of everything that we do. Bye. For business news, videos and insights, check out the O2 Business blog by clicking the link on screen or in the description below.